Biz hazırlıklarımızı yapıyoruz. Arkın çekiyor. Mehmet Ali hayırdır?
Ben gidiyorum artık.
Kaçıyor, Iyeoka geliyor. Bak bu merdivenlerden şimdi Iyoka'ya gidecek.
Ben onu almaya gidiyorum. Aşağıdan
al ve getir.
Hemen getiriyorum.
Arkın kayıt.
Yok.
Our listeners are all going crazy.
Are you serious?
Let's do something for the social
You
media
have
real
this?
quick. Of course I do.
Okay.
But I gotta get one signed from you though.
This is for you. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you and yours, Iyeoka!
We're back, baby.
He's like 5 years old.
Yep, he's gonna be 5 next month.
Wow.
And my daughter is going to be 2 years old in 3 months.
So,
It's good to see everybody happy, healthy, ready to celebrate music. You know, there's so much enthusiasm for the music and all the concerts we've had. So I'm really, really pleased with this trip. It's been so good.
I mean, I think the best years for music was the 70s, when they used to make vinyl and selling like actual physical copies of material instead of just downloading.
This is becoming ancient history now.
Exactly. This may be like the last copies that we're seeing.
I went to Bill Kent University, and they were saying, "Oh, we just download. We don't really do the CDs anymore."
They don't even put CDs.
Well, I
You're 22 right now?
Yes, I'm about 23, 24, yeah.
23.
Yeah, about 23. I actually forgot what my age is after 30. I forgot.
He came up with this beautiful bumper sticker.
He is the screw that drives her nuts.
Nice, that's awesome.
I was like, I gotta get that up.
I make a mix of electronic music and African music.
Yeah.
So it's
So
got that.
yeah, I'll play you
ethnic
some.
vibe
Yeah.
to it.
I brought him along because I know that the kind of music that he's playing, and especially when we begin to collaborate, I know it's going to become like a really, really good.
A couple of them actually surprised me because I thought I knew you very well, but they actually asked questions that even I didn't know about.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a
We
new
got
beast.
messages from New York, New Jersey, London, Copenhagen. It's like
It's all your fans from there, like Turkish.
they're Power FM listeners, and our application Power app is doing really good, like all throughout the world. Last night was sold out,
Yes,
which
it
is
was sold
like
out.
big
Amazing.
thumbs up. And people have been calling me for tickets. I'm like, there are no tickets. So I was getting people on the guest list.
That's what I was going to say. We still have
And like
guests.
most of them were all musicians.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a good thing because normally they don't call me for anyone. I mean, we had Rihanna come out here, we had so many people, and they never called for tickets, but when it's Iyeoka, they're like, I gotta go, I don't have a ticket, hook me up.
There's something about Turkish coffee. I don't need anything else, but however you prepare it.
It's very strong, it's stronger than
So good.
espresso, I guess.
You know, I wrote a song called Black Coffee, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, it's the Turkish coffee that originally where I was like,
Inspired it?
I just keep it black. I don't need to put anything in it because it's already sweet and it's perfect.
Just like music.
Sweet, just like music, yep.
Keep it black. Don't put anything
you're
else
on
in
a
it.
roll today, let me tell you
I
that.
know, well, he's a poet, so. Now, 2 thumbs up.
Hello,
How are you?
welcome. How are you?
Very good. Iyeoka, nice to see you today.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you. This is Blinky Bill from Kenya.
Hey.
Hi, nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Iyeoka, thank you.
So is it, the song you're doing together, is it gonna be like emotional again? Gonna be like touchy?
Well, there's I think there's a genre we're moving into. Do you know a song that I have from the last album called Baba? It's saying Baba is calling you, Baba is calling you.
I think I remember hearing it on the album, but I don't think you sang it at the concert.
I didn't. Well, I didn't last time.
Yeah, because
It's been getting a lot of
do you always change your hair?
I do. Yeah, I do. Black people always change their hair.
I know that,
because
but
we have
last
the
time you had
flexibility.
like a really...
Oh yeah, yeah.
Afro.
This is the last year is what I was touring with.
Okay.
This is called the African crown. It really helps to express the authenticity and just the creativity of
I know you
black
get it
hair.
braided as well.
Yep, I do braided.
But
sometimes I just have the afro.
love-
And this is my favorite right here. When I was 6 years old, right there.
how
That's
many
my
brothers
favorite.
and sisters?
Oh, well, I have 5 in the U.S. There's 5 of us in the U.S. and 9 siblings in Nigeria. 9 siblings. I have a very big
And you
family.
grew up in Nigeria.
No, I grew up in Boston.
In Boston.
Yeah. And that's my grandmother.
Wow.
And that's
So that's
my
like
mom.
a very, very important picture right there.
Yeah, this is power.
Family.
Where we're promoting unity.
Sorry, this is power.
This is power. Oh, it is. Oh, see.
Exactly.
Great minds.
Nothing is a coincidence.
It's nothing.
Everything
Nothing's
has a reason.
coincidence. Exactly. And when I'm doing research, I realize that Baba has a meaning for Nigerian. Baba is father.
And in Turkish as well.
And in Turkish as well. And in many other cultures.
Yeah.
In Kenya as
Kenya,
well.
Baba?
And so I know that if I can make a song and put it in an album and travel and sing that song, it'll just get people to start to listen. Just hear the unity, hear what they're supposed to hear, which is that we all have something in common, you know? And so even if it's just one word, that's a start.
True.
You know, it's a conversation starter. That and coffee.
Well, because it was Simply Falling was an international hit. Turkish people loved it. They kind of bonded with the song. They embraced you, not only just for that one song, because we've seen other people who have one song, they came once, they never come back again, but somehow they always want Iyeoka to come back, and the reaction from all over the world, I mean, from Europe, from Australia, from New York, I can't believe she's there, and I'm in New York right now.
That's incredible.
You're gonna listen to them in a minute.
It's
so.
incredible. It's really touching my heart, this
is
trip in particular.
Really important. I mean, like I said, we have so many people that come through the radio station as guests. We actually did a show together here,
I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
Which is very interesting.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And we pulled that together. You know, it wasn't pre-planned way in advance. It was
We just did it
on the ground. We were
spontaneously.
here for a weekend. I mean, that really changed a lot for me. I remember saying, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna see you again, and we're going to, in my mind, I knew we were gonna work on some kind of music.
Questions?
Like this. Like this. And then turn it towards your heart. And turn it around.
And then you make a wish?
Yes.
Okay.
And you let it dry, you let it cool off. And then something's gonna form. A vision. I met this guy in 2015. We're both TED Fellows. Have you heard of TED?
Yeah.
Technology, Entertainment, Design. And one of the things that brings us together as TED Fellows is the fact that they keep encouraging you to collaborate. Because when you collaborate, your core skills develop. I'm learning so much from him.
That everything gets bigger.
And
Everything
I'm
gets
so much
bigger.
from her as well.
And so, you know, this is where we're supposed to be. You know, I wanted to collaborate with
No,
you since I met you.
We don't like to be categorized as
Oriental?
like Oriental, but at the end of the day, somehow there is a touch of Oriental inside us here in Turkey. So
It's the geopolitics.
We speak Swahili,
Yeah.
and there's a ton of Arabic words in
Yeah.
Swahili. So every so often when I look at some writings, there's things that I can
you
You can
see,
recognize.
you know,
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when you practice according to your inner knowledge, something that you know to be true, but you're just wrong and you're not able to see it, you're just reinforcing that knowledge of wrong.
I set an intention with this album. I set an intention. I set an intention first. I said, what does gold mean to me? I decided that gold will mean my children. So the scientific element of gold is, do you know? Do you know the letters?
AU.
AU. Aminatu and Udiagbe are my children, they're my gold. It started with that. I'm so grateful. It's so good to have these conversations in Turkey.
Well,
I'm very grateful for this.
what I always say about us, not particularly us too, but we people,
Yeah.
we would be intellectuals, we would be spirituals, we would be hardworking, we would be people of value wherever we went,
Wherever we
even
go.
even on Mars, because it doesn't
Yes.
really belong to where
Thank
we are.
you.
We don't carry the Turkish values to anywhere. We carry our
we
values.
are, yes, yes.
We are those values. We create those.
Very excited. It's almost like a new language that allows us to communicate in multiple levels. And so for me,
That's called
this is
soul
content.
level.
Yeah.
Soulful level.
And it's something that I've been feeling lately, that there's a bunch of people around the world who you can connect with And it's not necessarily like you come from the same background.
No.
But
doesn't
this
have
has
to
be
be.
Because
mind.
Kenya, Nigeria, USA, Turkey. I mean,
like-
and we're in the same table. This is a round table.
Yeah.
And we
2 round tables.
Yes.
This is actually
This is what gets me so excited.
This is actually a real representation of what we are. We are in the convergence point of 2 different worlds.
Yeah.
That is actually one path that goes on forever. This is
people
the
are
sign
watching.
of infinity.
People are watching. The world is watching.
You know what? When you write a song, where does this inspiration come from?
I have a 4-step process. The first step is I set an intention. And it may be like, okay, I need to talk about this painful experience that I just had, or I need to talk about this love in my life. That's the first intention. And how much time do I have to make this experience happen on the page? That's my first step. I set an intention. The second step is I close my eyes and I visualize anything. I visualize something and I trust it.
That's my question.
And I put it right on the page. I put it on the page and then I surround that image with associations. It could be words, it could be
Where does that
dimensions.
inspiration come from?
It comes from my heart. It comes from my heart.
It comes through your heart.
Yes.
But that's the
Yes.
thing. When you have a vision, you can actually take that and put it on paper.
Exactly.
That is the practice.
That's the power. That's the power.
But
and
that's
the
another technique. Not
It's a
everyone can do
technique.
that.
I wrote about my whole technique in this book
have
because
to
I'm
read
like,
that
how
book.
do I explain what I do? Because I've been doing it for 20 years, what I do. But I'm like, I really started to break down what I do. And it's actually easy, but it's just you have to actually do it. And you have to do it every day.
That's why prayer is called practice.
Yes,
Yoga
it
is called
Yes,
practice.
it's true.
Singing is called
We are
practice.
so connected, I'm telling you. And I felt this with you too when I was here last time. Do you know anybody in DC? At the
No.
embassy there?
No.
Nobody? You don't know anybody in the, like representing the Turkish?
Not really.
Because I really want to connect with the community in the USA too. I haven't made
Just put
built
the
that
intention
bridge.
and they will come to you. You know
So
that.
I'm having that conversation now out loud because when I go back home, I still want to be able to continue these conversations with people that are there. And I represent Nigeria. Everybody, when they see me,
You represent your Nigeria.
you know, when someone looks at me, they'll give an impression. They'll have an impression, whether I like it or not. I recognize that I'm not just me. I have so many ancestors that I'm aware of, and so I do feel like, in many ways, that I have to represent Nigeria. Now, this is just my own personal take. I also have to represent Boston. I came right after the civil rights movement. I'm part of.
I can see that
the
passion now.
cultural- I mean, I was educated in Boston, and my parents were discriminated against when they immigrated to Boston. I have all these personal experiences. When I was 6 years old, somebody threw paint on my dress and called me an N-word, bad words. I've experienced so much, and all of those is a part of me. It's a part of
Yeah,
my experience.
of course.
I don't completely identify it, but I'm aware of it.
It's what
And
made
so,
you.
yeah, it makes me appreciative of compassion, and it makes me appreciative of finding common ground and understanding. Like you were talking about this circle.
Round
We're
table.
at a point where there is some elements of world peace that could happen, especially if we keep having these conversations and keep finding common ground. And I think music is what can get us
For sure.
through. And so every song I write has some sort of intention. It has sound healing. I think that a lot of us are more aware of the possibility. And so we, especially as musicians, are trying to shift our consciousness to be more productive. This is what I know. Even with Katy Perry, for example, I started reading some of the things that she's been writing recently. She has a new song called Chained to the Rhythm.
Yeah.
And the things that she was saying, I've never heard her say anything about this before. Like, yes, the music I'm going to start writing is going to be more conscious. It's going to be
It's
more
the Russell Brand effect.
Russell Brand
So
effect.
you actually like the song?
Chained to the Rhythm, yes. Yes.
The lyrics.
The lyrics she's
The
saying, are we
message.
crazy? Living in a bubble. Some of the messages that she said spoke to me directly. I've written poems about some of the stuff she was talking about in that song. And she collaborated with Sia and Max Martin. Different people came together for
Who
that.
does she have on that song?
Oh,
Skip.
she has Skip
Skip Marley.
Marley.
That's-
The collaborations that are happening, that kind of stuff, like this level is inspiring people like me. I didn't have to call up, Blinky Bill to come on this tour, but I said, how can I get out of my bubble? You know, even when I got to the invitation to come back to Turkey, some of my friends were like, "Are you sure you want to go to Turkey? You don't know what's happening there."
That's
Even Tunisia.
That's so sad
I go
because
to
we
Tunisia.
actually live here and we
I know.
actually go through it.
I know.
The last bomb and the club
Yeah. Yes.
killing. I could have been there at that hour in that club. I could have been shot. Yes. The last bomb that exploded, 20 minutes before it exploded, I actually went by that same spot to go to a gig to play. It's like timing, but at the end of the day, you could be walking in the street in Boston and somebody's
There's a
true.
there's an
It's
event
true.
called
It's sad.
Boston
on your
Shooting.
head.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
It's sad
You know,
and true.
it's so easy to come to this point. At this very moment, I can answer this question very honestly and very easily. Would I be satisfied with what I have done until this moment if I died right now? Would I die a happy man? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm ready to leave any moment. That makes me be able to do more, be able to live more, be able to be more, because otherwise I'm just empty.
So you feel free.
I am free.
I'm
just
I'm
fulfilling
locked
my
on Earth.
duties.
I'm here
Nobody's
on Earth.
free.
I'm locked on Earth. You know, I have.
You
in
just
the
don't
US,
believe in
land of
freedom.
the free. No, it's not. You need
I want to be
a
here. I want to
license,
be
you
in
need
this
this, you
life
need
so
that.
bad.
You can't talk. You,
I'm like
freedom of
flying to
speech.
be
They don't
on
have
this
freedom
right
of
now.
speech.
You know, they
I
call
mean,
this time. They call this time the Soul Light era. After 2003, they started calling this time the Soul Light era, which is when all of our minds started to sort of expand. And I'm connected with this era right now for some reason. This is impermanent. Like, this is going to be obsolete at some point, you know? But there are things that we're putting out there that I think is going to stay in the frequency of this universe somehow.
Just having produced it is enough.
Yeah.
Just having thought of it is
Listen
enough.
to someone like Bob Marley, for example, whose music wherever you go, like I've heard it in one of the biggest slums in Africa, and I've heard it in New York, and you can get like the way people connect to it. It's timeless. It's like it's not gonna
Timeless.
age. But even Bob Marley, if you listen to his earlier stuff, it's like there was a point where he refined it. Like there's original recordings of One Love.
but like I said, the way he took the vision and put it on paper is what it's like. Everyone can understand it. It's not difficult. It's not hard. There's not like really fancy words or anything. It's like so raw and so straight to the point and so direct. Like very minimal, but
You just return to what you learned in the first place. When you're tired, when you can't take it anymore, you return to the basics to be able to
You know,
survive.
I'm so happy you said that. Before I came out here, I asked myself, who am I? Who am I? I have to ask myself that at like every year before I leave my home, before I leave my bubble. I have to ask myself, who am I? Because so many questions are coming. Like, there's certain questions that are same. I'm curious what your listeners are asking. That's why I was going to ask you, what does your audience want? Because I'm trying to find out what people want. So then I come back to myself, like, who am I? What do I have to contribute to your listeners? You know, and I'm ready to give honest action and honest reaction. Do you have any tips for me yet with what do you think your audience wants? What do they want right now? I mean, I want peace.
Well,
I really want peace.
you actually found what they want with Simply Falling.
With love?
With
Love is universal.
The message, your voice, your melody, the way you sound to them. Because I mean, I think the voice is a very important thing. It's when you talk to someone, even like the tone of your voice is either convincing or not. You can tell when someone is lying just by the sound of their voice. We know that inside ourselves. We can't prove it, but we can actually feel it.
You're
That's
intuitive.
like Simply Falling is a song that we have never stopped playing. You have 3 opportunities coming up. There's a letter B, a name starting or having the letter B inside it. You're a protected soul, you're a protected person. I'm seeing an angel with wings. I don't know if you can see it.
I'm so happy to see you today.
I'm happy
This
that
is
you're
a
here.
good meeting.
Another child maybe on the way?
Oh, wow.
Are you pregnant?
I don't think so. How can I know? I've never had this experience until I came to Turkey. This is... How ancient is this technique? Like,
This goes back
Couple of
before
centuries?
couple of centuries,
see
yes.
that? See that?
There's a perfect figure of a
Oh my
woman.
god, it looks like a face.
So you're a very fit mom.
Yeah. I think that is this the first Kenyan artist you've had on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out.
She's definitely not.
So I think Blinky Bill's your first Kenyan artist.
Yeah. Kenya in the house.
Nigeria in the
Nigeria in the house.
Turkey in the
We're
house.
representing. We're representing.
Ooh, and I was listening to them today.
Scottish, that a vicious sarcastic
I think the
I-
Tech Fellows program will be like, wow,
wow.
Turkey is really stepping it up for us.
Yeah.
This is my favorite song.
We're gonna have fun, blow the house down to Nagam stars. Sijahona gana aha, chukwa dakika kama tano uite mazima moto jitimeshikanari wakichelewa
Doing crazy.
Baba, no.
No, Huff and Puff.
This you play this. You
yeah,
sing this on stage.
Yeah, we sang it on
You
stage
sing this
yesterday.
one, really?
Yeah.
You do this live
Yeah,
though,
'cause,
right?
you know, there's only one way to promote. One main way, you
Exactly.
gotta be there on the ground.
You have to be there
And
and
so
you have to
us
sing it.
artists, we have to invest
Yeah.
over a decade. Simply Falling, you know, it's come all this way and it's taken almost a decade, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And they're not even playing Simply Falling in the radio.
But
they're-
it has a life.
But
of
it
its
has
own,
a
like
life of its
48
own.
million
So
people.
as artists,
who
we
know
have
it.
to recognize that it's beyond us.
Yeah.
And so we got to be present, even if it's something we wrote 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We got to be ready.
Like this song particularly
is
was we did in when my band was just coming up. We didn't have a lot of
Yeah.
facilities.
So you're gonna do this song together again?
Yeah, we're going to play it again tonight.
You're gonna play it, but are you
We're
gonna,
gonna perform it
record it,
tonight.
and re-release it together?
We didn't talk about
we
that.
didn't talk. We haven't talked about
With
it.
Iyeoka'n's
but
vocal. Whose vocals is that?
Hello, this is Iyeoka. You're listening to Power FM.
1, 2.
Hello, this is Iyeoka. When you answer the question for the next song, you can win a ticket to come see me in Babylon tonight.
Perfect.